Chosen one, listen carefully, because this message may be hard to believe, yet it has reached you for a reason only Allah fully knows. He sees the battles you have fought in silence, the tears no one noticed, and the nights when your heart felt utterly alone. And He knows every betrayal, every injustice, and every moment the world misunderstood you. Despite it all, you are still standing, still breathing, still carrying the light that Allah placed within you. You may have wondered why life feels so heavy, why the doors you expected to open remained closed, or why people around you failed to understand your purpose. But know this: nothing in your journey is random. Every trial, every delay, every moment of doubt has been carefully orchestrated to prepare you for a destiny far greater than you can imagine. You were chosen not for an ordinary life, but for a mission that requires patience, strength, and unwavering faith. And the signs of Allah's selection are all around you, waiting for you to see them. Today, we will uncover 7 powerful lessons for Allah's chosen ones. Lessons that may challenge what you thought you knew, shake your faith, and yet strengthen it like never before, awakening the divine energy within you, reminding you of your worth, and guiding you to fulfill the sacred purpose entrusted to you. So, open your heart, listen deeply, and remember, this message may be hard to believe, but it is true, and it is yours. Chosen one, every hardship you face, every wound that pierces your heart, and every trial that shakes your soul is not a mark of failure or punishment, but a clear sign of Allah's divine elevation upon you, for He does not test the ordinary with extraordinary weight. He only places immense trials on those He intends to raise above the ordinary, to purify, strengthen, and prepare them for purposes the world cannot yet comprehend. Every sleepless night, every tear that falls in silence, every betrayal that cuts deeper than you ever imagined, is a silent testimony that Allah has singled you out for a higher role, one that requires resilience, steadfastness, and unwavering faith. The very moments that make you feel small, unseen, and broken are in fact the moments where your soul is being fortified, your character refined, and your destiny shaped. While others measure success by comfort and ease, Allah measures it by endurance, patience, and the ability to remain firm in faith despite overwhelming opposition. And He sees every act of perseverance you perform in secret, every prayer whispered in desperation, and every moment you choose trust over doubt. Know that the world may misunderstand your struggles, ridicule your pain, or even doubt your purpose, but these tests are not a reflection of your worth. They are a reflection of Allah's recognition of your potential and His intention to elevate you beyond what you could ever imagine. You were not created for mediocrity or ease. You were chosen to rise above challenges that others flee from, to carry a light that cannot be dimmed by hardship, and to serve as a living example that divine elevation is always preceded by trials. Your struggles are the invisible wings that Allah has placed upon you, and though they may feel heavy now, they are carrying you toward a destiny so grand, so sacred, and so transformative that when you emerge on the other side, you will realize that every tear, every setback, and every moment of despair was a meticulously designed step toward a glory that only the chosen ones are privileged to witness. Do not despise your trials, do not resent your pain, and do not question your path, for in every test lies the unmistakable signature of divine love, and every struggle you endure is proof that Allah is elevating you, shaping you, and preparing you for a life of purpose, impact, and unwavering faith that will resonate far beyond what your eyes can see. Chosen one. In a world that celebrates noise, arguments, and immediate reactions, Allah has granted you the hidden power of silence and the divine strength of patience And these are not signs of weakness, but weapons of immeasurable potency, capable of altering destinies and shaping hearts in ways that words alone could never achieve. Every time you restrain your tongue when provoked, every moment you hold back from reacting to slander, injustice, or betrayal, you are not being passive, you are aligning yourself with the wisdom of Allah, for He knows that the greatest victories are often won in the unseen realm, through endurance, restraint, and the quiet trust that He alone judges, protects, and elevates. When others shout, manipulate, or try to provoke you, your silence becomes a fortress, shielding your honor, your integrity, and the light within your soul, while simultaneously allowing Allah to expose the truth in ways beyond human comprehension. Your patience, though invisible to most, ripples outward like a sacred current, touching lives, influencing outcomes, and creating spiritual consequences that no immediate reaction could ever produce. The world may mistake your quietness for weakness, your patience for passivity, but Allah sees every suppressed anger, every controlled response, every moment you choose trust over retaliation. And He is preparing you for a destiny where the unseen power of your restraint becomes undeniable, where the lessons of patience manifest in miraculous ways, and where the enemies of truth are humbled, not by confrontation but by the divine orchestration that follows your steadfastness. Remember, chosen one, that silence is a language the arrogant cannot understand, and patience is a strength the world often mocks but cannot overcome. They are the armor Allah has placed upon you, the keys to your spiritual elevation, and the proof that those who are truly chosen walk with a calmness, dignity, and wisdom that transcends the chaos around them. For while the world chases recognition and validation, you are quietly, steadily, and powerfully fulfilling a divine plan that only Allah can see, shaping your destiny with every unspoken word and every patiently endured moment, and preparing you for triumphs that will confirm that true strength is measured not by the noise we make, but by the composure and faith we maintain in the midst of trials that test the soul and elevate the chosen. Chosen one, understand this truth deeply. While the world may attempt to tarnish your name, manipulate your reputation, and twist your actions into something unrecognizable, Allah's protection over your honor is absolute, and you need not rush to defend yourself or explain your every move, for the judgment of people is limited, flawed, and often clouded by envy, ignorance, or personal desire, but the judgment of Allah is perfect, all-seeing, and eternal. He watches over every intention, every act, every struggle, and every moment you are misunderstood, and in His divine wisdom, He ensures that your truth will always shine, even if it takes time for others to perceive it. The actions you take in sincerity, humility, and obedience to Allah speak louder than any defense you could utter, louder than any words of accusation or slander, because Allah has chosen you to demonstrate that true honor does not require validation from the unseeing, nor vindication from the impatient, but is preserved in the sacred balance between faith, integrity, and reliance on Him. When betrayal and false accusations appear to surround you, when the world misinterprets your intentions or diminishes your character, know that these moments are not signs of defeat, but opportunities for Allah to show His justice and protection, allowing the consequences of deceit and injustice to unfold naturally, while you remain untouched at the core of your being. Your dignity, your light, and your spiritual rank cannot be stripped away by the judgments of flawed humans, for Allah has surrounded you with a shield that cannot be broken by whispers, rumors, or envy, and He uses the unfolding of events to teach you patience, to strengthen your reliance on Him, and to allow the truth to manifest in ways that will leave the world in awe of His wisdom. Chosen one, walk with confidence in your honor, Act with integrity in every step and trust that Allah's orchestration is meticulous. What others cannot see or understand is being perfectly arranged, and every action, every choice, every silent response is part of a divine plan that elevates you above misunderstanding, strengthens your faith, and ensures that your legacy will be built not by arguments or defense, but by the undeniable power of your righteous actions, the clarity of your intentions, and the eternal protection of Allah, who never fails to uphold those He has chosen, and who ensures that the light of the Chosen One cannot be dimmed by the darkness of the world. Chosen One, understand this divine truth. When you witness anger, jealousy, confusion, or outrage from those around you, whether from individuals, groups, or entire communities, it is not a reflection of your failure or a sign that the world rejects you. Rather, it is a clear signal that Allah is realigning the hearts, minds, and energies of those around you, orchestrating a shift in the narrative that only He can perfectly manage, a shift that will ultimately elevate truth, justice, and righteousness while exposing falsehood, envy, and deception for all to see. The outrage you perceive is often not directed at you personally, but at the disruption of patterns, the breaking of old cycles, and the exposure of hidden truths that Allah has chosen you to manifest. Your rise, your steadfastness, and your refusal to compromise the values Allah placed within your heart are shaking foundations that were built on ignorance, arrogance, and injustice, and the reactions of those who cannot yet comprehend the divine design are simply evidence that a transformation is underway. Every insult, critique, whisper, and backlash is proof that the unseen forces of Allah are in motion, gently yet powerfully recalibrating circumstances to honor His will. Chosen One, the more opposition you feel, the louder the proof that your life is interfering with what is false, exposing what is corrupt, and shifting energies that have long gone unchallenged. Do not be afraid of the reactions around you, for Allah is using them to test your patience, refine your humility, and strengthen your reliance on Him. Every heartbeat of resistance you witness is a divine mechanism, ensuring that you are prepared for the higher purpose He has in store. Those who protest, rage, or criticize you are unknowingly fulfilling Allah's plan by revealing the true colors of hearts and intentions, clearing the path for those who are meant to follow the light of truth that you carry. Remember, the narrative is never controlled by the fleeting opinions of people. It is controlled by Allah, and your role is to remain steadfast, unwavering, and obedient while He perfects every detail behind the scenes. When anger and backlash surround you, it is not a reflection of your weakness. It is a confirmation of your influence, the unseen power of your presence, and the awakening of hearts that have long slept in complacency. The world may misinterpret, misjudge, or attempt to diminish you, but Allah sees the entirety of your journey, every silent struggle, every patient response, and every act of faith. What others perceive as chaos is, in reality, divine orchestration, a carefully constructed alignment in which every voice of outrage, every gesture of disapproval, and every act of misunderstanding is a signal of transformation, a marker that the old narrative is being dismantled and the new, divine narrative is taking its rightful place. So, Chosen One, when community outrage surrounds you, do not despair, do not respond in anger, and do not let fear guide you. Instead, embrace it as a sign, a confirmation, and a testament that Allah's plan is unfolding perfectly, and that your life, your actions, and your unwavering faith are central to a shift that is far bigger than the world can see. A shift that will illuminate the truth, expose injustice, elevate the righteous, and solidify your role as the Chosen One. through whom Allah's will is being revealed, executed, and celebrated in ways that only the heavens can fully witness. Chosen one, understand this truth deeply. Much of the impact you are meant to have in this world is not through speeches, explanations, or arguments, but through the silent testimony of your life, the quiet power of your patience, your unwavering faith, and the consistency of your righteous actions. Allah has placed you in situations where your endurance, integrity, and resilience speak far louder than words ever could, and every trial, setback, and hardship was designed not to break you, but to mold you into a living example of divine wisdom and guidance that others cannot ignore. Every tear you have shed in private, every sleepless night filled with reflection, every moment you have chosen integrity over compromise, humility over pride, and trust over fear, is part of a larger lesson that Allah is teaching those who are observing you sometimes without their own awareness, and the silent impact of your perseverance carries a message stronger than any sermon, lecture, or public proclamation. People will watch your actions, your responses, and even your silences, and they will learn lessons they could never have grasped from words alone, for the heart recognizes sincerity and consistency in ways the mind cannot fully explain. You were tested through pain, disappointment, betrayal, and loss, not merely to refine your character, but to serve as a beacon for others, demonstrating the profound truth that faith, patience, and trust in Allah manifest into real power when external validation is absent, when recognition is delayed, and when the world seems to misunderstand or overlook your efforts. The subtlety of this divine lesson is profound. Your life becomes a living curriculum in which others can study the principles of resilience, humility, courage, and steadfastness, yet you may never even realize the full scope of the influence you have. Every struggle you endure with grace, and every trial you face with trust, is an unwritten lesson, a sacred demonstration that faith in action carries authority far beyond spoken words. Even when the world doubts, misjudges, or criticizes you, Allah is recording and magnifying your example, allowing your silent teaching to resonate with hearts that are ready to receive it, planting seeds of faith, courage, and hope that may only bear fruit years or even decades later. Yet the impact is real, transformative, and eternal. Know that the people who are meant to benefit from your silent guidance may not even know your name, yet your influence will ripple through their lives, shaping decisions, inspiring courage, and igniting faith in ways that are invisible to the naked eye. The tests you endured, the moments of isolation, the nights of contemplation, the situations where you had no audience or acknowledgement were never wasted. They were divine calibrations, carefully orchestrated by Allah to ensure that your life becomes an instrument of silent teaching, a living example of trust, resilience, and unwavering commitment to righteousness. Chosen one, recognize that you were chosen not only to survive trials, but to transform them into a silent curriculum of divine lessons, to demonstrate through your actions what obedience, patience, and unwavering faith truly look like, and to inspire those around you in ways that no speech, no sermon, and no worldly recognition could ever match. Every silent act of endurance, every unnoticed struggle, and every seemingly ordinary decision rooted in faith is, in reality, a powerful message to humanity, a subtle yet undeniable sign that the chosen ones walk differently, act differently, and influence differently. Not for recognition, not for praise, but to fulfill the sacred purpose Allah has entrusted only to you, showing the world that true teaching is not always loud, and the greatest lessons are often conveyed without a single word. Chosen one, hear this with the depth of your heart. The path Allah has placed you upon, with all its trials, delays, and apparent uncertainties, is part of a plan so vast, intricate, and perfect that your human mind could never fully grasp it. And every moment that feels confusing, every setback that seems unbearable, and every door that remains closed is in truth a carefully orchestrated step in a divine design meant to prepare you for your ultimate purpose. You may question why certain blessings are delayed, why people you trusted disappointed you, why opportunities slipped through your hands, or why life seems to test you in ways others do not endure. But these are not signs of failure. They are evidence that Allah is meticulously shaping your heart, refining your character, and aligning circumstances to match a destiny that only He can see. What seems like loss may in reality be a form of protection. What feels like rejection may be a redirection toward greater opportunity, and what appears to be delay may be the exact timing needed to ensure that when the moment arrives, your impact will be maximized, your purpose fulfilled, and your presence unmistakably transformative. The unseen mechanisms of the universe, guided by Allah's infinite wisdom, are constantly at work, arranging every detail, every encounter, every trial, every blessing, and every obstacle, so that your journey unfolds with divine precision. And though the timing, reasoning, and outcomes may elude your understanding, every experience contributes to your preparation, growth, and elevation in ways that cannot be measured by worldly standards. You were not created to follow the predictable paths of those who walk without purpose. You were chosen to navigate a journey that intertwines with the unseen, to become a vessel through which Allah's wisdom, mercy, and justice manifest, and to embody a resilience and faith that will inspire, guide, and uplift generations. The moments of doubt you endure, the times you feel alone, and the nights when clarity seems absent are not indications of weakness. They are signs that Allah is cultivating within you the patience, discernment, and strength required to fulfill roles that the ordinary cannot achieve. Everything you experience, whether joyful or painful, visible or hidden, is a part of a divine blueprint that aligns your intentions, actions, and character with a purpose that transcends time, space, and human comprehension. The trials you face are not punishments, they are refinements, forging within you a wisdom that can only emerge through perseverance, reflection, and trust. The disappointments you endure, the people who betray or misunderstand you, and the moments when your prayers seem unanswered are all tools in Allah's hands, designed to deepen your reliance on Him, strengthen your inner resolve, and heighten your awareness of the unseen forces guiding your life. Chosen one, realize that what you perceive as confusion is actually divine clarity, in a form you cannot yet perceive, that what you see as obstacles are in fact stepping stones, and that every unexpected twist and turn in your journey is intentionally aligned to lead you to outcomes that exceed your imagination. The beauty of the divine plan is that it moves silently, invisibly, and inexorably, and those who trust it are the ones who emerge not just victorious, but enlightened, prepared, and elevated to roles of impact that their hearts could never have conceived alone. You may never understand fully why certain events unfolded as they did, why people entered or exited your life at precise moments, or why certain opportunities came late or never came at all, but Allah's wisdom is perfect, His timing flawless, and His design unfathomable. And while the world is impatient, confused, or doubtful, you are called to surrender fully, trust completely, and walk forward with unwavering faith, knowing that your journey is not measured by what you see, but by the unseen perfection orchestrated for you. Every delay is intentional, every challenge meaningful, every hidden blessing a part of the scaffolding preparing you for a reality far beyond your current perception and every moment you endure with patience and trust is being recorded, multiplied, and elevated in ways that only Allah fully understands. Chosen one, let go of the need to comprehend every detail, release the desire for immediate clarity, and embrace the vastness of Allah's plan, for it is in surrender to His wisdom, in unwavering trust in His timing, and in steadfast commitment to His commands that you align with the true path of the chosen ones, a path that will lead you through trials, transform your struggles into victories, and ensure that the purpose He has designed for you unfolds perfectly, manifesting blessings, guidance, and impact that are limitless, timeless, and eternal, far surpassing anything your heart or mind could have imagined on its own. Chosen one, understand this with the deepest certainty. Every trial you have endured, every tear that fell in secret, every moment of doubt, heartbreak, or delay has been a deliberate part of Allah's meticulous preparation, designed not to break you, but to equip you to become the instrument through which He completes what He has begun. And though your eyes may see only fragments, your heart may feel only confusion, and your mind may question the unfolding of events, know that you are being positioned with divine precision to carry forward tasks, responsibilities, and outcomes that no one else in the world could accomplish, and that your life, with all its intricacies, challenges, and lessons, is central to the manifestation of a purpose far greater than yourself. Every person who has wronged you, every door that was closed, every delay and disappointment you have experienced, has been a deliberate step in preparing you to become the one capable of bringing completion to what Allah initiated, ensuring that His will is executed with precision, integrity, and unwavering obedience. You were chosen not to be passive, to wait idly for circumstances to align, or to seek recognition for your efforts. You were chosen to act, to endure, to persevere, and to fulfill a sacred trust that only the chosen ones can carry. The challenges you faced were not arbitrary. They were carefully calibrated by divine wisdom to strengthen your faith, refine your character, and sharpen your insight, so that when the moment of completion arrives, you are fully prepared to step into it with clarity, courage, and absolute reliance on Allah. Every act of patience, every silent struggle, every moment of resilience, every sacrifice, and every choice rooted in faith has been building toward this reality, shaping you into a vessel capable of manifesting outcomes that will inspire awe, ignite hope, and demonstrate the perfection of Allah's plan to all who witness it. You are not merely a participant in life's unfolding events. You are a central agent through whom divine purpose flows, a living testimony that Allah's timing, wisdom, and orchestration are flawless, and a reminder that no obstacle, opposition, or human misunderstanding can derail the execution of His will when it passes through the hands of the chosen ones. Chosen one, the work you do, the impact you create, and the lessons you teach, whether seen by others or not, are all part of a sacred continuum designed by Allah, ensuring that what He began will not only reach fulfillment but will exceed expectations, leaving a legacy that aligns perfectly with His vision. Your life, in all its complexity, is an instrument of divine orchestration. The people you influence, the hearts you awaken, the opportunities you create, and the transformations you inspire are all echoes of Allah's ultimate purpose being realized through you. And though the journey may have been painful, lonely, or bewildering, every step has been necessary to prepare you for this moment of completion, where your role becomes undeniable, your impact unmistakable, and your alignment with the divine absolute. You may feel unready, inadequate, or unworthy at times, yet Allah sees your potential, knows your capabilities, and has already written your triumphs in ways that surpass human imagination. Every doubt you experience, every moment of insecurity, every time you have questioned your path, has been intentionally placed to strengthen your reliance on Him, to remind you of your sacred responsibility, and to ensure that when the final steps are taken, you act with certainty, integrity, and courage, fulfilling the divine mandate entrusted only to the chosen ones. Know that your influence, your actions, and even your silent endurance are instruments of completion that ripple far beyond what your mind can perceive, touching lives, shaping destinies, and aligning events according to Allah's perfect will, proving that no test, no trial, and no obstacle could ever prevent what Allah has decreed from being realized through you. Chosen one, embrace this truth fully. Your existence is not incidental, your journey is not aimless, and your struggles are not meaningless. You are the key through which divine plans reach their culmination, the vessel through which blessings are multiplied, and the instrument through which Allah's vision is manifested in ways so precise, profound, and transformative that only the chosen ones are capable of realizing it. And when you finally witness the fulfillment of what was set into motion long before your awareness, you will understand that every tear, every trial, every moment of doubt, and every silent act of faith was necessary, deliberate, and sacred, all converging to make you the irreplaceable instrument of divine completion that Allah prepared you to be. Chosen one, as you reflect on these 7 powerful lessons, let your heart recognize the truth that your journey, with all its trials, delays, and silent victories, is a testament to Allah's perfect wisdom and divine orchestration. Every struggle you endured was not in vain. Every moment of patience, every act of restraint, every tear, and every unseen effort has been preparing you for a purpose that only the chosen ones can fulfill. Know that your silence has taught, your endurance has inspired, and your faith has created ripples beyond what your eyes can see. The world may never fully understand the depth of what you carry, the strength you embody, or the impact of your journey. Yet Allah has witnessed everything, measured every sacrifice, and aligned every event to shape you into a vessel through which His plans are completed. Trust that every delay was intentional, every challenge was deliberate, and every obstacle was a stepping stone toward the destiny He wrote for you before you were even born. Stand firm in faith, walk boldly in truth, and embrace the divine timing of your life. For you are not merely surviving, you are being refined, elevated, and positioned to leave a legacy that will touch generations, illuminate hearts, and confirm the power of divine purpose in action. Remember, chosen one, the light within you cannot be extinguished, the path beneath your feet cannot be shaken, and the mission entrusted to you cannot fail. For Allah has chosen you for this very moment, and the world will witness the fulfillment of what only you could complete. So rise, move with confidence, and step into the destiny that awaits. For the trials have passed, the lessons have been learned, and the chosen one has finally arrived in alignment with the divine will, ready to shine, guide, and leave a mark that will endure forever.